Hey everybody, welcome back to Frank's Homestead. So today on my ATV I am replacing the winch cable and I am replacing the rollers that the winch cable goes through. But I'm going to do the winch roller a little different because I don't know, for one, if I can even get replacement parts because it's about a 14-year-old winch, and second of all, I'm kind of cheap. And so I come up with a solution that's going to work for me because I don't use my winch very often, except for maybe in the winter time to lift the snowplow up and down. But otherwise, I don't get myself in any places where it's really necessary for anything else. But let me show you what I got going on here. So as you can see here, this is a 2007 Honda. And even when I put the winch in, I built my own frame because they wanted like $150 even back then. So I built my own frame to attach the winch, and it's worked out good so far. But you can kind of see it kind of blends into the rock here, but the old cable is just all frayed and tore up. And so replacing the cable, which is real easy, unwind it. You pull this out right here on the side of your winch and lock it, and then that allows this spool to roll freely. You can pull out your old cable, and then basically where it goes into the hole on your cable spool here, right below it, somewhere in that area, you can see it. That is just an Allen wrench, set nut, and just got to get the right size wrench and loosen it up. This cable will pop right out, put the new one in and tighten it up. That's it. Real simple. Of course, you got to make sure you roll it through where the rollers would go. But I've already taken out the rollers, and let me show you what I got. Okay, so when I took them apart, you can see this is one of them right here, and you can see that it's cut because at some point this roller stopped turning, and the cable going up and down just literally cut a hole in it, and it did the same thing to the other one. And on top of that, this has got a plastic bushing that goes in the end of it, and on this smaller one, this bushing is just kind of destroyed. Hold on, I'm dealing with bees up the yin yang here. It's driving me nuts. Okay, anyway, back to it. So even with the big one, the bushings are in pretty good shape, but once again, I don't have anything to replace this with. So what I came up with, here's the old bolts, and part of them went cut through so far on this that it actually damaged the bolts too. So what I decided I was going to do is take a little bit thicker steel, which this is just galvanized pipe, threaded, you know, like you'd put in plumbing. And so I've got two of them. One's a little bigger, like that one, and then this is a smaller one like this one, which I don't know if it really matters, but that's just the way I did it. And I found a new bolt that will go for the smaller one, and a bigger bolt for this one. And then what I ended up doing is I took these nuts here, and these are a special type of nut that when you tighten them, it's supposed to, these little grooves on the back here are supposed to help tighten it and keep it from spinning. Well, the way I'm going to use them, I needed those gone, so I ground off the back side of it so that wouldn't be a problem there. I took those off, and then all the points on the front of the nut, I just took it to the grinder and just kind of rounded them a bit. So basically what's going to happen here is I'm going to take one of these and I'll put it on this bolt. So it slides down. It's going to go through here, and you can see that it sits right inside of that just fine. And then I'll take another bolt and I'll do the same thing. And so what that's going to do is it's going to make sure that this bolt right here stays in the center of this and it can't kind of flop around. And then this will go back into the roller frame assembly here. So I'm going to show you me putting them back in. Take that nut that I cleaned up, put one on each end, just kind of slip it in here. The cable's got to be on top, and run my bolt through. So it comes out the other side. Then what I'm going to use is a locking nut on the other side to make sure it stays. And I'm not going to bore you with the tightening up part of it. But then on the top one, it's the same situation. It's got the little bit smaller roller. And I'll do the same thing. Then I'll tighten them down. Now you can see I did take off the rollers on the side here so you can see a little better what I was doing. But basically, that's it right there. And I think what I might even do, just because I can, is I think I'll add a bit of grease before I actually tighten these up. So that way it's even better. It'll roll even better. But the main thing is this just got to go up and down for the snowplow, really. And the occasional, oops, I'm stuck. So, which doesn't happen very often. Seems to work okay. Not any different really than what was original. Kind of hillbilly, but I think it's going to work just fine. Plus the steel is a little thicker here, just galvanized. So I think it'll work out alright. Now I just got to put the side rollers on and winch it in. And I'm done. So anyway, to me, simple solution. Should work for quite a time because it barely gets used anyway, except for in the winter, like I said. So to me, that's a win-win. Didn't cost me anything. Just found all this stuff in my bolt bin and pieces of pipe laying around that I've kept and salvaged from other projects. So other than a little bit of time, didn't cost me anything other than the cable. The cable cost me, but even that was only like 12 bucks. I think I got it on Amazon. It was 3/8 cable, 25 foot long, I believe. So pretty standard, but you know, real simple, real easy. Got any questions, leave them in the comments below, but thanks for watching.